Remember, as soon as he hits the live button, even though it doesn't say it's recorded. And in about 15 seconds, we're going to hear everything I'm saying.
I'm gonna hit the mute button right away.
through JJ's thing, because JJ's the only one, other than Trevor, who refuses to get headphones.
No, I have headphones.
Remember, as soon as he hits the live button.
All right, we're live.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arrogance and Ales. I'm Faraz. He's JJ. That's Trevor. And our friend Josh has appeared in the Zoom.
What up?
Just giving you guys the format, as always, of what we do here at Arrogance and Ales. We review beers. We talk about what the news of the week is. And then whatever random thoughts that my more than likely drunk mind can get to at the end of it. So with that, JJ, why don't you start us off with what you're sipping on?
Well, I'm going to start with Night Shift Bennington.
Okay. It's a very good beer.
It is an oatmeal stout with maple syrup and Dutch processed cacao. However you say cocoa cacao.
All righty. Let's look at the oatmeal stout brewed with Dutch processed cacao, maple syrup, notes of dark chocolate, maple syrup, and brown sugar. You are at 6.5 ABV. You are at just over 15,650 check-ins, and you are a 404.
With 15,000 check-ins? Wow.
It's a great
What brewery
beer.
is that?
Night Shift.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Smell the brown sugar. You can smell the maple syrup. That's crazy. Wow. Spot on. You can taste it too.
Good. I'm happy now that they got a little bit bigger that they still haven't jacked the quality, because their beers were always, I really thought that was like.
Yeah, this is spot on. The cacao sticks out. Everything they describe sticks out, and you can taste it. You can pinpoint it.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, Trevor, what are you sipping on?
Salted nut roll.
From who?
It's from Newburgh and Bond.
Okay.
Makes me crave a salted nut roll. Do you guys know why that's like the name of that beer? Why that's on there?
Yeah.
So when you order grain, they'll throw into like the pallets salted nut rolls in there. So you'll be unloading the pallets and get yourself a nice little treat.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I used to walk around at the end of the day just fucking scooping them up and eating them because I'd be like starving to death. They would just be laying on bags of grain in the brewery. It was great. They would hide them in there. Sometimes you find like two. Most times it was one. Saw Josh Bushy just post like, damn, BSG must love me, because he had like a box. There was like 20 of them in a pallet. It's like, holy shit. You know, it's the little things.
Why can't I find this effing beer?
So what kind of beer is it?
It's a cream ale.
Oh, nice.
Faraz, look under. It's probably under Newburgh because they're the ones that brewed it.
Okay.
Apparently, this was Bond's idea.
Well, I found it. There it is. Well, the brewer from Bond came from Newburgh. So
Yeah, Newburgh, yeah.
Imperial Cream Ale, brewed with peanut flour, vanilla, lactose, salt, and homage to our favorite candy bar, Pearson's Salted Nut Roll. 47 check-ins with a 415 for a cream ale. All right. 7.5% ABV.
Yo, Josh, what's it like brewing with the peanut powder? Like, how does that affect the brew?
I've never really used it because I've had awful beers with that peanut powder. I feel like you have to use like an insane amount to actually get anything out of it. Okay. But I remember Barley Creek used to make this fucking peanut beer with so much of that shit. I mean, it tasted like peanut butter, but I can only imagine how much of that shit they were dumping into it.
Their beers were just freaking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they are a. Yeah, I mean they're lucky they're right next to a giant ski resort for sure,
Absolutely.
and they just print money.
Who's never coming on on this podcast? They are.
No, the brewer would come on. Honestly,
It
he'd
is.
say the same thing.
You my brown-eyed girl. Now you just holding me. That's
Oh my
gratuitous.
god.
That's just gratuitous. Wow, she's just. Oof, my girl.
This is actually a boy.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. All righty, Josh, what are you sipping on?
Oh god. Well, I had to start it off strong, and I'm getting the triple dry hopped fuck 2020 here
Mm-hmm.
in that proper glassware there. I don't know if you can see that.
That is awesome.
There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna read what you wrote.
Probably nothing.
You did. You wrote nothing. This is what you wrote. Crafted liquid chaos. Hashtag beer monster.
Oh, I didn't write that. Somebody else fucking wrote that. That's somebody made this for sure. That's when you can tell when it's like random people because you can just make beers on Untapped. So when it's like random shit like that, that was 100% some random drunk person.
Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. I was wrong. That is the description you have for your brewery on Untapped.
That sounds about right.
Yep. So fuck 2020 triple dry hop, an Imperial Double New England at 9.7% has 160 check-ins on the line at 4.51.
Yo, what the hell?
Good at me.
Man.
It's drinking fucking nice right now. For 10%,
Mm-hmm.
fruit juice, just like OJ. It's ridiculous.
So
What was the actual description? Is there actually one on there?
No, you put none because fuck it. You should have put in there. Description.
Just fuck it.
Fuck it. like 2020. Fuck it.
I'll
That's
do that
pretty
for you tonight.
Thank you, my friend. All right, so I'm gonna play a little game of dealer's choice, and I'll allow, since there's 3 of you, why don't Josh, you pick my first beer to drink. I have Good Monster from Collective Arts. It's a double New England. I have Idaho 7 from Crooked Stave, which is a single. I have the Wambulance from 3 Threes, which is a sour. And I have your beer, Still Distancing, from you. And Central Waters, Why Is All the Cake Gone? Ridiculous barrel-aged beer. Which one should I drink?
You know, I really want to make you drink that barrel aged first.
You savage.
But start off with that Crooked Stave.
Okay.
Stave.
Thank you.
Don't
Thank you.
destroy your entire palate. And I'm interested. I don't know if I've ever had a Crooked Stave IPA.
I've had their regular IPA, and I think I've had one of their one-offs, but this is part of their new rebranding and new packaging.
Or no, didn't they used to distro an IPA?
Yeah, just Crooked Stave IPA.
Is that what it was called?
Well, they
Yeah,
had a
Green?
grapefruit one too, didn't they? Frank?
Yep. Both are really good. Let's see this. India Pale Ale, double dry hop with Idaho 7, 6.2%, 216 check-ins at a 383. Looks nice to me.
Yeah. This is a recent release.
A week ago. Oh, yeah. See, now I'm a fan of an Idaho 7, so I don't know what the hell these people were expecting. Maybe they were expecting something else. The finish is beautiful and dry. Oh,
Like,
yeah, it's so dry.
Untapped. You know what I mean? It's take it with a grain of salt. I mean, some stuff is great, but when you're talking about a mass distro beer like the Crooked Stave, you're gonna get 3. You know what I mean?
Do they contract brew that somewhere, or is that coming out of their own spot?
No, it comes out of their own spot, and they do a very interesting. The way they dry hop is more like a wet hop. because they use, and I'm going to get this wrong, so because I remembered it at one time, they use how they would for their coolship that they would normally use for souring. They lay the IPA out and then they put all the hop pellets and all the dry hopping on top, like they would do to add a fruit for their sours.
They do that to their IPAs.
Yeah. I mean, that's at least what they explained to us that they did.
That's an insane thing to do.
Isn't a wet hop 48 hours from picking to brew kettle?
I mean, maybe that's the difference why they don't call it wet hopping, but
Yeah, I mean, wet hop is using like fresh hops, like whole
Okay.
hops, instead of like
Yeah.
pelletized stuff.
yeah, this is pelletized and stuff, but they say that if you
If they're
lay out
putting
the beer,
their beer in a cool ship and then throwing a shitload of hops in there, that's all right.
yeah, and
Insane.
they use the same systems, and they have like a very advanced cleaning and color coded lockout system. So it's like because we asked that because they then brew sours, and I'm like, don't you worry about contamination and the same stuff? And they're like, no, everything's a lockout, and everything has its own hose, and it has color coordinated hoses for every beer. I was like, oh wow. Well,
Have you ever been there? It's a cool ass spot.
Is it? I mean, they
Oh,
seem
yeah.
like really cool dudes. I only remember them from back in the day being just this cool, weird sour house. And now, I mean, I really like their shelf stable beers. And their sour rosé kills it. It's just a good sour. So
I think they're distroed by 12% still.
Really?
They were
No,
for a long time. I don't know if they're not anymore.
well, not in
Maybe,
PA.
well, not in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's true.
All right. JJ, give me my music.
Oh boy.
In the news this week, an old school brewery is posed to have one of its strongest years in history. Ommegang.
Wow.
So how did Belgian-inspired Ommegang Brewery, which over-indexes on-premise, finish last year? They finished down, but because 50% of their business was on the on-premise. The markets that were hit the hardest, of course, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Virginia, California, and PA. The good news is that the OMG series featuring hazy IPAs is now fueling their growth. Already this year, the OMG series is comprising 60% of their shipments. We are up 14% in year-to-date shipments, and now with the debuting of Neon Rainbows and Neon Lights as year-round pack 16-ounce four-pack offerings. As draft business returns to Ommegang, it is poised for one of its strongest years in history. I found this interesting just for one thing. We're the PA market. Do you see Ommegang anywhere in PA?
Well, Faraz, you know who. Now,
Yeah, but we don't need to go into, but just in general though, because here's the thing: I don't think they have the rights for Philly, and I don't see it in Philly.
I think they may. I don't know. And listen, I like those guys. They treat us well, but they're not a big wholesaler, so they don't have. We buy Ommegang from them. I mean, I love Ommegang.
It's never in stock, so that's they.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a brewery issue or what that is.
Well, yeah.
It's
Have you guys
You never know.
have you guys carried their IPAs, these neon rainbows and stuff?
Sour IPA. Never had the was it OMG series?
They had something called Nirvana. Wasn't that an IPA?
Yep.
That was like years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was an old
Nirvana?
school classic one. Yeah.
I remember
It kinda-
drinking
it
that
kinda-
there
well,
when I
it's-
like
it actually
6 years
sold
ago.
well.
It was a good beer,
Yeah,
but it was like, was that in cans? I feel like it was still bottles too, wasn't it?
It
It was 212 cans when we had it.
Oh wow.
No,
Nice.
I will say their Belgians are phenomenal, man. Like when you're looking for a saison, a good saison, I mean, you can't beat Womengang Hennepin.
Hennepin, yeah.
That's like a go-to.
The beer's great and the place is awesome if you haven't been there. I mean, it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
cool ass spot to drink at.
I always wanted to do their crazy festival because everybody always told me that the festival is cool, but it's even because it's such a small location that everybody, and you're allowed to camp on their like huge ass fields and like, cause I guess it's on a farm, right?
Yeah, and they just have
all-
bars just in the fields and shit.
in the
It's awesome.
fields, yeah. And
Yeah,
the brewers all camp out there, and basically you just walk around with a glass, and brewers are like, "Who wants to drink?" as loud as they can, and people come up and they're just tapping kegs of their own stuff. And I've talked to a bunch of people who would be like, "You find the rarest shit on the planet," and these guys are just like, "Yeah, who cares?"
yeah. When I was there, it was the day after Modest Mouse played. I didn't even know that they were like, what? Like they would get huge bands and it would just
Yeah,
be
they
this
have
huge fucking
pretty big
festival.
games play there.
There was people sleeping outside. Like we were there. It was like noon. Like we're pulling up. I'm like, wow, this place is fucking packed. And there is literally just people in sleeping bags just laying around everywhere. It was crazy. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Duval own them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, which that was cool too, because then they had all this wild ass Duval shit that was just you would not see anywhere in the US other than there.
Yes.
That's
pretty cool.
Absolutely awesome.
And they had like 30 beers on tap. It was like, 5, 6 Duval, weird ass wild shit. They would have all this crazy vintage stuff. It was cool. It was one of the cooler brewery experiences I had for sure. Put that and Three Floyds up there.
Yeah. See, you've gone to a lot of cool breweries. I'm jealous.
Yeah, we
All right.
got offered a pretty cool beer today. Yesterday, we put out on a pre-order the J.W. Lee's vintages all the way back to 2002. Some of them
Damn, what?
Lagavulin barrels. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
I remember having it 4 years ago. The 12 harvest was amazing. I think, it was 4 years ago I had it. It was already what?
So I picked
6
two
years
original harvest, 2 Lagavulin, 2 apple brandy, 2 sherry, and 2 port to do a pre-order with, and they're all different years. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, like now again, once you start to get to that many years back, even when they're well aged and it just starts to go, I think a lot of times it goes sideways. So I hope the O2s still hold up because that 12 a couple years ago was singing sweetness.
I couldn't believe how good it was when we tried it.
The one we had yesterday, what was that, 2015?
15, yeah.
It was delicious. It's great.
So that's the same number of years old as when I had the 12. So that makes sense. That's perfect. That's good to hear. All right, Trevor, dealer's choice. Since I just housed the 12 ounce, what would you like me to drink?
What do you got left there?
I got the Good Monster, the double IPA. I got Josh's double IPA. I got the Wambulance Sour, and I got Where Has All the Cake Gone?
Oh man, I want to know about this cake beer, but I don't want to do that to you so early in the show. Why don't you drink one of the IPAs?
Okay. All right. Let's go with Josh because he can explain his beer in case I can't.
Well, it's not talk crazy here.
Why do you think I know anything about the beer? All right. Once again, here's the in-depth, untapped verbiage for still social distancing.
I feel like I put an actual one in on this one.
Jack shit. Nothing.
No way. Look up regular social distancing. Well, keep that ABV or that untapped rating, but then read the description.
Okay, got it.
I'm just kidding.
I can do 2 things at once. I'm not that much of a primate. I don't eat that many crayons a day.
You don't have a
Trevor's-
smooth brain.
No, that's the problem. I do have one.
The beer industry has always relied on community, now more than ever. And since we can't drink beer together, we'll brew a beer together. but responsibly apart to get us through these hard times. Still Socially Distancing is a massive collaboration with some of our favorite folks in the industry. Each collaborating brewery will be brewing up their own unique version of this DDH Dipper, so trust us, you're gonna want to try them all. This one has 435 check-ins and comes in at a robust 4.35.
That only has 435 check-ins. Yeah, so this one was I think it was Mosaic,
Sorry. Oh. 700.
Matuka.
700.
Okay, Mosaic,
Mosaic.
Matuka, Citra, Raquel, and I forget what the last one was. Some other New Zealand hop, but this one's basically triple dry hop, still social distancing. So took the same recipe. People fucking loved that beer. I thought it came out great the first time. So, and we're still stuck in this dumb bullshit. So brought it back.
Almost out. Almost out. I think I get my shot next week.
This one, the only actually other brewery that took part, because we didn't even really, they kind of just hit us up. Oh fuck, what's the name? Saints Row down in Maryland. I want to say, yeah, they're in Maryland. But they made 12 ounce cans of that bad boy.
Oh,
6 packs.
Oven 8.2.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nelly Keith Jackson. Yeah. I'll
The
take
label
that
looks sweet on the 12s too. I was like, fuck, I wish we did that.
I'll tell you. This,
Honestly, I think some of those big beers, it may be if the canning lines can do it, 8-ounce cans may become a thing in some big ass beers where you can get an attractive price point and people don't want 16 or 20 some ounces. You know what I mean?
8 or 12.
8
12.
or either one, 8s or 12s.
what are we, Coronitas over here?
8s are hard because they're a completely different lid size. Because they're those Red Bull cans.
No,
No, they're the same. They're the same as the 12 and 16s. At least one.
From who?
we
Oh,
got
you're talking those fucking short ones.
Yeah.
Little stubby.
Yeah.
Stubby.
I think the problem with those is they're manufactured by a different can company, so the seal is different. So they're the same lid size. Because I've asked about shit like that. Because like a barley wine would be dope
yeah, right.
in
That's
an
what I'm
8-ounce like that, but I think they don't seal properly.
Well, Be United. That's how we're getting some of the harvest stuff in from JW Lee's in
Be
8-ounce.
United is a huge fucking production facility, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that like the largest like contract facility in the country right now?
Brendan showed us the containers they bring the beer over in. Holy shit! They're huge vessels that hold the beer, and the crane picks them up. They're tanks, huge tanks.
Oh, because they're importing it and packaging it here.
Yeah, they package it.
Well,
here.
isn't that what? Wait. Are we? Is this what whatchamacallit in Connecticut does? Fucking
They're
Two Roads?
no, not Two Roads. Dude, that one sour brewery.
OEC?
OEC. Yeah,
They vessel. They do a yeah.
because that they do it for like Hitachino and shit like that.
Yeah.
So they bring everything over and package it
That's all
here.
Be United stuff. That's all Be United stuff.
Oh, so is Be United OEC?
Yeah, OEC is Be United. Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's crazy because have you guys ever been there? That spot is not that huge.
No, we saw the unloading and loading of the vessels. That's all we saw. In the video. I've never seen
But yeah, they probably have some. I don't know, some either different canning line that they can do that shit in, or because I know 12%. We were talking about it. They can do 12s or 16s, but they couldn't do. I guess they could. It was like 50 grand to get a fucking attachment that they could do 10s. I want to say. I don't know. It was Red Bull cans. I remember that.
Well, I think Be United does. They do 16s, 12s, and 8s. I don't know how they do it. I have no idea. But they do the Schlenkerla Hellas smoked Hellas in a 16
Mhm.
up at Be United.
That's perfect. I mean, that's the perfect size for shit like that.
And
Never.
also great.
Have you ever had the Schlenkerla Hellas smoked?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god,
Come on.
it's like
I may not like the style, but you gotta like. try the king of the style. Like that's like being like, oh yeah, you ever had Eyinger Celebrator? Yes, I've had one of those. Yeah. Is it my style? No, but have I had one?
All right.
Saying. I'm arrogant, asshole.
We went there like right at the beginning of the pandemic, and so you could order online and shit. It was awesome, and it was just like fucking dude. Got like 3 cases of like every single 4-pack was a different beer. That's how much shit they had. It was ridiculous. Like just all this crazy like Japanese, just wild, weird stuff you'll not see anywhere else. And then they fucking gave it to you warm, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, dude?" But go there. It was cool shit. And then on top of that, you can get OEC bottles, all this wild shit, because that guy's a fucking freak. It was awesome.
Yeah. Before I get to the next topic, you never you never don't make a fucking beer that kicks your ass. I appreciate this. Thank you.
I'm drinking the Thomas Hooker Sizzling Hippie Nelson Citrus IPA.
Okay, hold on a minute. I don't know if I should really type in hooker sizzling, but okay, let's go.
Sizzling Hippie.
Sizzling hippie from
Should have a
Thomas Hooker.
dank smell to it.
Oh wait, let me see that label again. Oh yeah, that artist, she's awesome. She's based out of Connecticut.
Nice. Sizzling hippie pours
Magzard, I believe.
with a gorgeous yellowish, orangish hue, deep haze, and light head. Your nose will be greeted with a huge aroma of passion fruit, lychee, and citrus. The flavor follows suit with an abundance of cantaloupe, white grape, and pithy orange. Huge flavor, but well balanced. A crusher for sure. At 6.4% alcohol, just over 2,100 check-ins, and a 392.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of the fruit profiles they were talking about, but not all of them. You know, that's how it usually is. They go over the top with their fucking reviews, and right, Josh? Like,
I mean, you hear the reviews I put on our stuff. If I remember correctly, that beer was like super like blood orange and like blood orange, like pale ale kind of.
Yep.
It was nice, like grapefruity, little bite, little citrus up front.
exactly. A little bite on the back end, like pithy.
That's it, Nelson.
Yeah.
Trevor, what are you drinking? What are you sipping on?
About to crack open a Mountains Walking Cloud Curtain.
Okay, those are
That
words.
label's dope.
Mountains
Is that-
Walking. Mountains Walking.
Is that the brewery?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are from Montana, I believe.
Montana.
This was canned. I was worried about the canning date. It was canned. It's almost a month old. It was canned on 2/25. Or this what day is the date today? Is it 24th, 25th?
24. So you got
That's the
one.
24th,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's
Okay.
Should be all right.
probably
Yeah.
like perfect.
So
Yeah, it's like that sweet spot. 3-4
Yeah.
weeks.
an oat whipped mosaic double dry hopped double IPA.
This is the
hazy-
Galaxy actually for us. I'm sorry.
Oh,
This is
okay.
This is the Galaxy Double Dry Hop.
Okay, hold on. Damn it.
Ooh.
What the hell was it called? Mountains Walking, right?
Cloud Curtain Double Dry Hop Galaxy.
Yep. Cloud Galaxy.
Yo, that looks like straight up.
Galaxy Cloud Curtain. Got it. Okay.
It's hazy.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. All right. Oat Whipped Galaxy Double Dry Hopped Double IPA. This hazy double IPA is brewed with a Pilsner as a base malt, 50% oats, and a dash of wheat. This rendition of our rotating single hop Oat Whipped series is a double dry hop exclusively with Galaxy in all capitals at a rate of nearly 6 pounds per barrel. That's Josh level. Look for huge notes of mango, peach, and passion fruit, accompanied by extremely soft and creamy mouthfeel. Just over 1,500 check-ins, 8.5 ABV, and a 408.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's the mouthfeel on this is amazing. It's just Oh man, so much body to this beer, and it's really great flavor. Everything they said is true. I taste all those fruits. Smells good. This is a good beer. It's really good.
Percent oat is a little over the top. I mean, isn't that crazy, Josh? With
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say that's literally fucking insane. The fuck? How the fuck and why? I don't even understand how that dude wasted like 14 hours of his day brewing that beer.
and then-
50%. Yo, I used to get fucking screamed at when we would do like 30% and it would be like 30, 10, 30, 15. So like 45% was like flake material, but it would be wheat would be the other. But like really the sweet spot's like 25 if you want to have a beer that's gonna not take hours and hours to not be clogged up and shit. Like
Well,
that's in I've never heard 50% before. That's
percent,
insane.
and then you add the wheat on top of it. I mean, that's just crazy.
We had contract breweries when we were brewing up at Dorchester. They were like, no, like we fucked them up so bad the one day that they were like, you're not allowed to use over 25% flaked oats in a beer. And it was like something I did like 33 or something like that, which is fucking nuts. That's what I'm saying. Like
Doesn't it
50.
clog shit up? Doesn't it clog shit up?
Yeah, it won't drain. It's fucking oatmeal. So like you have to add rice hulls, which like basically create separation and allow water flow to go through. But you end up like having to mix it. It just adds hours and hours, and no fucking brewer wants to do that shit. None. And you're not even the first time we brewed with Snitz Creek, we ended up throwing so many flaked oats into that beer that it ended up taking 9 hours on something that should have taken 2. So that's what happens when you put.
Dude, this brewer has
anything-
Dude, it was February in Montana. He has nothing else to do.
He's just fucking hanging out. That's true. It is Montana. Fuck it. If you can do it, do it. Oh, that's great.
Josh, do you have another beer, or do you want me to go to my next topic?
No, all right, I'm going. So I got a nice crispy boy here, drinking a
Oh, what you got?
Marlowe.
Eager to share?
The way I see it.
Okay. Marlowe, way I
German,
see it.
German lager.
German-inspired lager brewed with my favorite German malt and hops. Great for you to explain what those ones are, but no problem. We are at 533 check-ins. You like that one, JJ? 5% ABV. It is a 408 on Untappd for a fucking lager.
For a
My
lager,
God.
bro. Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's delicious. Just crush your shit all day long. I love it.
I'll drink that. I'll drink it all.
All day.
All right.
Give it to me.
Oh. No pillow. All day. Here we go. Night, night.
Oh.
So,
Oh my
On the
God,
next
what was that guy's
topic-
name? Was that Unforgivable?
yeah, that was Kevin Hart. That was for Kevin Hart.
Oh,
that
that's
was
Kevin Hart, yeah.
that was before Kevin Hart with the like high voice Kevin Hart when he was still trying to be like Kevin Hart.
Gangsta.
Yeah. So this is the first week that the comps start to line up with the pandemic load ups. So what has Nielsen provided us with? It is shown that fast moving consumer goods were down 20%. Off-premise alcohol dollar sales were down 2%, just under 1.9. Wine was down just over 8%. Spirits were flat. And beer surprisingly grew 0.4%. How did beer fare better than everybody else? Say it with me all together, kids.
Seltzers. Thanks, Travis Scott. Holler at your boy.
Holla at your boy, my God. All right, just
Oh,
right now.
Royalties just because you said his name.
Listen, the 7 people that are watching this, don't tell Travis Scott. But seltzers weren't the only things keeping beer afloat. The big thing that's keeping beer afloat right now is the convenience channel that they are now calling the C channel. This year, the C stores have grown by almost 10%, while grocery went down 3%. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen when it starts to get into June, July, and these later dates when people can actually start to go places, when we are starting to really open up and rip the Band-Aid off and a lot of people have the shot. What do you all think? Do you think that convenient, like C stores like GoPuff or Drizzly or
Consider GoPuff and Drizzly a convenience store?
yes, that's what they do.
It's convenient.
They do.
You're not considering that an online retailer, that's a convenience store.
That's a C, yeah. That's what they're considering a convenience store. So,
Well, I had a Miller rep come into the store this week, and Miller Coors rep for Eastern PA, and he told me that they're starting to see major growth in that channel. Now, that channel was growing huge. GoPuff 2-3 years ago, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, just took off like a rocket. If you remember those stories, I mean, pallets and pallets of Natural Light and Lion's Head to the college kids for the Super Bowl. And ever since then, GoPuff in the big metropolitan areas and retailers like that have done extremely well.
during the Eagles Super Bowl run, this number will never leave my head. One fraternity at Ursinus College, one fraternity did 500 cases a week with GoPuff.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I was told they went through the week before between the championship game and the Super Bowl, GoPuff went through 22 pallets of Natural Light.
Nice.
Yeah. What is that? Is a pallet 90 or 72?
78.
78. There you go. So yeah, Jesus Christ.
And also, they went through like 2,200 cases of Lion's Head. Tells you a lot too. So I mean, it's definitely
Keeping that Lion's Head going. Good job.
definitely an urban like density issue. Along with college kids. But I'm not sure if it plays out once you get out into the burbs. I'm just not sure it does.
I think a lot of what you're saying is the burbs will start to fade off when I can go into a bar and drink my beer, because I want to go into a bar and drink my beer. But 100% in an urban situation or a college situation where I may not have a car, or an urban situation where leaving my parking spot means I may not get it when I come back,
That's right.
100%. I'll pay that. Whatever fee you got, dude. You got $7, you got $10, don't care. You know how much more that's worth to me than not losing my fucking parking spot? Hell, I live in a very nice development, and I have to park my car out in a spot because, of course, my wife gets the spot in front of the house. So, and I don't want to move my car if I have a good spot. So I completely understand. All right. I am empty. JJ, you're up. What am
What's
I
that?
drinking? I have the Wambulance, the Good Monster, and Where Has All the Cake Gone?
Oh, dude, you gotta do Where Is All the Cake Gone?
Okay.
Hear that?
1 second. I need to get a bottle open.
Snorkel it.
Snorkel it, you mother- Oh,
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
works.
Are you ready, friends?
Come on. Oh, see, now I can tell I'm starting to get warmed up because this is now difficult to do, and normally it's very easy. All right, Joshykins, you remember this?
Oh, wow. I was literally about to ask if that's what that was. That's crazy.
All right. Let's see here. Why is all the cake gone? Did someone say cake? This robust porter has been aged in rum barrels and comes together with vanilla and natural flavoring to deliver a cake experience in liquid form. Oh, please be what it promises to be.
Barrel
We
aged?
have- In rum barrels.
Oh yeah. Okay. Awesome.
I'm sorry, this robust powder has been aged in rum barrels. If I didn't say that correctly, you are just under 1,800 check-ins at 13.3% and a 416. Oh, please be what I want you to be. Now, just full
What
disclosure,
size
I-
is that? 12 ounce?
12 ounce. Yeah. I love this brewery. I think that they make kick-ass stouts and porters at a price that just seems unfair.
100%.
Oh my God. Yeah. I smell the vanilla, the rum barrel, and just chocolate. Like somebody poured. Oh my, please be. Just live up to the smell. I'll hold it up here, kids. Oh, it's nice. It's not, I mean, it's not egg. No, it's pretty damn dark. Jesus.
No, that's a dark porter.
Josh, it's a Baltic porter.
There we go. I would be all right. I'd be on board with that.
It's an
Ah,
imperial
man, nobody
porter,
thinks
Josh.
Baltic porter. An imperial Baltic porter aged in rum barrel. Fuck yeah.
Okay. If you have the ability to buy this beer, please buy this beer. It straight up tastes like have you had a yellow cake that's covered with chocolate buttercream, like
Sounds.
frosting?
sounds
This is I love you like a fat kid loves cake. I mean, this is straight up like they blend. Josh, I'm almost shocked you didn't make this beer. It tastes like somebody just blended a chocolate, a vanilla cupcake with chocolate frosting and put it in a beer and then made it 13% alcohol. Wow. And you do not taste the alcohol.
Sounds
Holy
fantastic.
mother.
Is it
Do
substantially?
they have that on GoPuff or?
No, they will not have it. There's a process to go through GoPuff.
Wow. Okay, well, when I exhale, I can taste the alcohol, but
Feel the
woof. Yeah, a little bit. But man, it is fucking
Wait.
straight up
I forget what you said. What was the percentage on that again?
13.3.
Woo.
How's the viscosity of it? Because it seems the head retention is gone. Almost
No, they're-
immediately.
Yeah, yes, you have almost no head. You have very little lacing or like a, it's
Oily.
not a
Is it what's the carbonation level?
No legs.
no legs. It's low. Carbonation level is low, I would say. But I don't
know.
care.
When I want like a decadent ass thing like that, I want that creaminess. I feel like it balances it out more, having that like body, that viscosity, like a little just lacing creaminess, like
I
adds
agree.
to like a complexity.
So here's my theory. on
But
it.
maybe that's why they're calling it a porter.
Well, no. Well, that might be, but here's my theory
Right.
on that. It's also very reasonably priced. So instead of boiling it for 5 to 9 hours, maybe they're boiling
Uh,
for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's less time and effort in that.
so how much is one of those bottles? Like, what is the serving size? Are they selling them in a 4-pack? Or are they selling them as
4-pack, yeah.
individual
What is it,
Four-pack.
like 16, 17 bucks a 4-pack?
Yeah, it's super
for a
reasonable.
13% beer? Yeah, that's not bad at all. I remember that was 90-minute back in the day. It was fucking like $16 for a 4-pack.
Well, all I'm gonna say is, you want to take a guess which one of these two was more expensive? Hmm?
I guarantee it was my beer.
Oh, I love you fiercely, my friend. I love you fiercely. All right, I love this next news article because this is gonna go off the rails soon with this beer because I'm gonna house it. It tastes so good. It's like straight up dessert. Genesee Brewery. Do you know what they produce the most of?
Green.
No.
So are you talking beer?
No.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay. I'm gonna guess it might be something like Goya or something like that. I don't know though.
Seagram's Escape.
Okay. That makes sense.
Wait, what? Genesee owns Seagram's?
North American breweries.
North American Breweries owns Genesee. this reversal
Genesee.
whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
They're set to invest $5 million at their Genesee brewery, specifically for the productions of Seagram's Escape. If you didn't know, Seagram's Escapes is now whatever they call it, the FIFCO is the name of that company. The number one brand, outpacing the company's beer brands in volume and profitability. Indeed, Seagram's production accounted for over 40% of its commercial volume and up 31% from 2019. Seagram Escapes has grown for 11 years straight in a row and shows no signs of slowing, having grown 35% last year. The latest investment, which includes, and Josh is going to love these numbers, an installation of 8 new 2,000 barrel outdoor storage tanks, an updated package line, which would allow to better plan for demand of their Seagram Escapes line, their Seagram Seltzers line, and their contract manufacturing building. While
Wait, a contract building?
they also contract in this building. Yeah. They're,
Yo, Seagram's, hit me up.
the $5 million investment is one of the 10 largest slated brewery investments this year. And an additional $13 million is coming in the next coming years for 6 new fermenters and other interior upgrades.
6 new 2,000 barrel fermenters.
Yeah, here you go, guy.
Jesus
Oh,
fucking
You know
Christ.
how much Seagrams we sell.
Does
Well,
Seagram
it's-
7 still exist?
And it's one of those things that's been out of stock because they haven't been able to keep up with demand.
Well, I mean, they're up 35% from the year before. Like, shit, okay, yeah, but dude, that's a lot, right? Am I not?
Do you think this shit is sustainable, or are we going through another fucking what was that shit back in the 80s?
Yeah, but Seagrams has been on this path for years. So this isn't anything new. This is
11 years. 11 years. It's like 11 years of growth. That's pretty stable.
This isn't a spike, you know what I mean? Like seltzers. This is sustainable.
Josh, are you thinking it's wine coolers?
Well, that's what I'm at. So what exactly is it? Is it like it's a seltzer? Because I'm thinking Seagram's
No.
like Severn,
FMB. It's similar to
like
a
those.
or a Mike's Hard Lemonade or something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's like, all right.
I mean, I think Genesee should get more into. Now, this is the craft beer guy in me. I think they should get into more nano collabs like they did with Other Half, because I honestly think the Jenny Cream Ale, hipster kind of young hipster movement is cool. And if they would do this nano collab with some nano breweries every now and then and distro them, that would be fun, man. And it would be good for everybody.
I think I agree with you. I think a brand like Ballantine's should do exactly that. They should go, okay, here you go. Here's our old school ass recipes. Some super hip nano brewery. Do a remix version of it. We'll call it a collab, but it's your brain, our original recipe, and see what you do. And that shit would light this shit on fire. I agree with you 100%.
I honestly didn't. The Ballantine IPA and the Ballantine Burton was fantastic. Look up Ballantine Burton on Untappd. It probably gets really shitty reviews.
Yeah, it's Valentine. What are you talking about? Of course it does.
We still get calls at
Yeah.
the store at least once a month where someone asks if we have Valentine beer.
Oh, yeah, that's an old school. That people were drinking that shit forever. So are they still making that? Because then they closed
No.
up shop and then they contract brewed it or some
It's been a
shit.
few. That's why it's funny because it's been a few years since you've even been able to get it, and people are still like. And then you have those people like, I just had it last week on my buddy's house. I'm like, well, that bottle was like 5 years old, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
A
I remember
minimum.
drinking that, like learning how to brew when I was like 17, 18, like home brewing and shit, allegedly. And I was drinking Ballantines and shit like that. It was like,
Well,
oh
it's
man, this is fucking really good beer.
Isn't
But it was like that.
Isn't the Burton Ale like 11% for us?
Yeah, it's so Ballantines is owned now by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I was just gonna
And
say
you're right.
PBR put out a batch of that.
They did.
Couple
It was
times.
about 5 or 6 years ago, Trevor. You're right. That they brought back. They brought back Burton,
Mm.
and they brought back one of their other ones, and it was. And I sold it well when I had a store. It sold because it was so dirt cheap because they sold it at PBR pricing for like a 12% beer. It was like, okay, yeah, man, I'll get drunk on this cheap shit.
And it had a
So-
cult following. It was mentioned in all of the homebrew books. It was like talking about that beer in the 80s because it was like a fucking legend. And nobody was doing shit like that. Nobody's making IPAs. It was all fucking Anheuser-Busch, Coors, Miller, Yingling.
It was
You
the
know?
IPA.
Yeah, because it was the IPA, and that was So it was like it was the only IPA on the market until what Sierra of what 88, I think. When
Yeah,
Sierra Nevada came into play.
I'm trying to remember. Sierra's somewhere in the 80s. It was that shit was like earth shattering with Torpedo and Pale.
Hmm.
All right,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean
on
they're
to the
still
next-
great.
Next news article, unless anybody else is proceeding into madness like me. Ooh, what you got? What you got?
The Juice Lord from Lord Hobo.
No, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Oh, hold on. You know what though? The can looked really cool, and I wanted to drink it. So
Hype. Yeah, because they're fucking good at marketing, bro. That's all that dude does. What's his name?
I
What's
don't know.
that fucking guy's
AB.
name?
Otherwise, that dude is they are set up to sell out the AB like as soon as AB will buy them. So
The dude that's running the marketing on it, I think he's an ex-AB guy.
No,
Yeah.
he's a fucking. He went to some like. There's like some documentary on him. He went to some like crazy marketing school, got like fucking $10 million and opened up fucking Lord Hobo. And if you go to their spot in Boston, sick as shit. Their little brew pub, food's insane, beer's insane. They have like crazy vintage shit.
Well, that's
But
what.
then everything they fucking mass produce, like, where are you making this, dude?
Yeah, where are they making it? What does this say?
He has a spot in Boston. They have a contract facility. It's
Yeah,
huge. And he,
Woburn, Mass.
where is it? Worcester?
Have you
Woburn.
been to the pub?
I've been to the brew pub. Yeah. I
Is
haven't
it?
been.
I think with Evan JJ that was there. Is it like under? Is it like in a basement or dark or something? I heard something about it that was like.
Oh, it's weird as shit. We got dropped off in. I remember it was snowing like crazy because it was when we were brewing up in Dorchester. So we were just kind of like bouncing around, and this place was like known for being like they don't make beer there. It started off as like a bar, like a craft beer restaurant, like dive bar. You go in there, the entire place is black. Everything is black, like dark as fuck. And then like like you know when you walk into like a strip club and they have like a shitty strip club and they have like those fucking weird felt like thick curtains, like when you walk in the door, like
I have no idea.
where am I? You've been there, JJ. Don't even fucking come on. You know when you went to the Iron Horse back in the day in Albertus? Dude, so
Yeah.
like the thickest, like 10-pound curtains. I was like, where the fuck are we? Like, this is not a bar. Like, what is this? We open it up, everything's black. Place was awesome. Food was insane. Beers were insane. They had like books of like 20-year vintage bottles. It was wild, but I totally thought we were in some weird vintage like sex shop or something when we first walked in there.
I will say, first, all you need to tell JJ about that is signatures, and second,
Yeah.
there you go. That's the proper response. And dude, yeah, and let me tell you, those dudes when they launched PA, they were some hard charging MFers. Like that makes so much sense when you tell me that story because I met those guys. They did a launch party for PA, and we did it at one of our restaurants. And those guys drank like kings. I appreciated that. And then we went to another bar. They drank like kings there. And then they looked at me and went, yo, is there any good strip clubs in this town? I was like, there's one.
Do
They're
they?
like, okay. And they took all the women too. This is not just a dude thing. They were like, all the girls were like, yeah, that's just what, yeah, it's the whole shit. I was like, oh, I mean, let's go. That was yeah, that was definitely what was going on. But Juice Lord, just so we there is zero description. So obviously Josh has something to do with this one.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, I work at Lord Hobo now, so
6%, 630 check-ins, and a 382. What do you think of the beer?
I mean, I think it's good. It's thin. It's a little thin. I don't really. It might be because I had another beer in here, but when I poured it, it had really big bubbles. I don't know if you know what I mean when I say that. It didn't have a tight head. It was just kind of like loose and I don't know. It's
You
a
know,
very loose
overcarb?
butthole.
yeah. You know what I'm saying, Josh. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I feel like those beers, well, it for sure doesn't have 50% oats.
No.
So I think that's probably part of the reason why. But yeah,
So
no, that's definitely what happens when you don't have like a ton of like flaked material in there. You're not gonna have that like thick, tight bubble. And the carb's probably super fucking high. But
That's what I was thinking. 5%. So Sam Adams is springing back into Boston. When did they ever leave? But okay. This week, the Brewers unveiling some of its new marketing material for the upcoming baseball season in Fenway Park, which is reopening its relatively new tap room in downtown Boston. It's announcing its new beer partnership with the Boston Tea Party Museum. As you may know, the Boston Red Sox are set to kick off their season with a limited number of fans, yada, yada, yada. And the slogan for Boston, for Sam Adams in Fenway is, "This is Boston, drink accordingly." The slogan will be part of the marketing. It is a fun, light way to celebrate our hometown and the return of our beloved pastime, baseball and beers, with the teaming up with the Boston Tea Party Museum to deliver a decidedly Boston beer to the city next month. The new wheat beer, dubbed the Brewer Patriot Ale, is a nod to the Boston Tea Party protest, which ignited the American Revolution. It is even brewed with a specific blend of tea, Lapsang Souchong, that was thrown overboard during the protests in 1773. The brewer and the museum will unveil the beer to the masses this week in a 1-hour free online event on March 23rd, which was yesterday. The Brewer Patriot Ale will also be the new house ale for the new tap room in downtown Boston, which is set to reopen this week. The operations, blah, 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 because of COVID. So what do we think? This is Boston. Drink accordingly. I don't hate it, but I mean, can't you say that for this is Milwaukee, drink accordingly? This is Philadelphia, drink accordingly. This is Chicago, drink accordingly. Like, there's a lot of towns that works for.
Yeah, Jim Cook didn't do this one.
No, but I guarantee you they paid millions and millions and millions of dollars for something that, Josh and I have probably said by accident 105 times sitting around being drunk together.
they just stole the warning of like being aware of how much you're drinking and turned it into here's a city, drink accordingly. Like, what the fuck?
That's yeah,
right.
you know what?
All right, there.
I don't know, man. They're grasping at straws with beer. You know it. I mean, their beer just doesn't sell anymore. And
Why are they trying to sell wheat beer with tea too? That just seems like a wild. Like out of the beer styles that are selling right now, wheat beer has got to be in like the bottom 20.
Oh yeah, but I will say now I was at Dave and Buster's, the new Dave and Buster's up on MacArthur. We went up a couple days ago, and the beer list, the draft list was an abomination, right? Literally, not abomination, but abomination. I had
advertising.
I had a Sam Adams seasonal because that's what I get when it's an abomination. And I thought I was
our slogan.
I thought I was going to get Cold Snap, and here I got a fucking winter lager.
Oh,
Dude, at least it wasn't Oktoberfest because I saw that on draft at a bar last week in Lehigh Valley. So
Yeah.
Which one? Call him out.
No, 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 Josh, no.
their
By the way,
lawyers
Josh,
more than ours. So
yeah, no. Josh, what are you
Brad's
drinking?
our lawyer.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Thank you.
Keeping up the Marlowe trend, I guess. I'm gonna go for an eager to share.
All right.
The latest batch.
Marlowe. Eager. Eager to share.
Do you guys
Galaxy
get
or
this
Nelson?
pretty?
All right.
The white label. I think it's Gal. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
White label?
Is it?
I got it. White
Yeah, it's
label.
white
I got it. It's Citra and Mosaic. We have a
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
11,500 check-ins, and it is a 415 for a pale ale. Jesus Christ, really?
That's big for a pale ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good beer. Yeah, he kills traditional styles. I mean, this is the head brewer for 12%. So this is the person that's making all of our shit too. He used to be, a brewer of Voodoo. He was the brewer at
Oh, he was at Voodoo? That's cool.
yeah, Voodoo. He's been all over. He knows guys like Forest of Maine. They just put out like a bottle collab down there. Yeah, I mean Zach Ross knows what the fuck he's doing. Very good at making beer. I can't remember the one. Their labels are fuck. God damn it. There's so many fucking breweries anymore. Are you just showing us your cat's butthole, Trevor?
No,
Yes.
that would have been. I would have played that.
I think it's funny how my dog is like so chill, like watching,
It's just hanging out.
just hanging
I
out.
don't even know where my dog is.
I was just gonna say, wait, how is the Wonder Pup?
Yeah, he's been good, I guess. I don't fucking know. He's a pain in my ass.
I actually cooked a chicken sitting on the top of the oven right now, cooling, and she's been like circling earlier to try and get some. Why the fuck are you cutting that fucking chicken?
As to quote Little Miss Sunshine, every fucking day with the chickens.
So have you guys not tried this? Eager to share?
I have. I actually really like. I think that I wish that it was a style that would be appreciated more because of its price point. But yeah, no, I think he makes really sweet and solid beers, and I actually like his can art. Unlike one of your buddies who makes fire beer and their can art sucks.
Which one?
No.
Which one? Tell him. Hashtag him, bro. Get him on the show.
So
You shit's
before I
trash.
get into our last article about cannabis,
Get a Craigslist artist, bro.
which we all want to talk about, I'm going to drink the 3-3's Wambulance. Why? Because JJ loves it when I drink a sour, even though it's a pale ale. Sweet, haha. All right. Sick and tired of all the negativity and complaining? Call 1-800-BOO-HOO and send the Wambulance. This summer crusher is hopped and dry hopped with an abundance of Citra and Mosaic. Notes of peach pit, mango custard, have no idea what that is, and citrus. Looks good. We have just under 950 check-ins, a 4.7%, and a 383.
I think mango custard was over the top in that description. You can't put freaking custard in a beer. Like,
There's no
fuck
custard.
is-
There's no custard.
like
What does that even mean?
Does that beer contain eggs?
No,
That's
What
what
I
it
will
sounds
say-
like to me.
it is 100% citrus and Mosaic pale ale. It is wonderful. It is crisp. It is clean. I don't know what the people wanted that didn't give it at least a 4 because it is exactly what it says it is. It is light. It is easy drinking. Thank Big Baby Jesus, the ODB, because I've just been drinking some pretty heavy hitters here all night. And yeah, thank you, Mike at 3-3s. And on to our last article. Wine and Spirits Wholesaler of America has released a policy brief detailing a model for federal regulatory framework for adult use cannabis based in beverage alcohol. Oh, yeah. And ironically, in your eggs for custard, it's $240 worth of pudding. And that is a really old joke that very few of you are going to get. Americans have,
Very few of the 7 of you.
listen, it's the state. If you like Reno 911 and you like all these other shows that have all those people like Party Down and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, go watch The State, you children. It was an awesome sketch comedy show.
Gosh, it's 6.
Speaking of Reno 911, when I was like 14, I watched Reno 911 in Reno, guys. Just saying. Just fucking saying. While we're on the subject, just saying. A hotel room, Comedy Central, had to put that shit on.
Yeah, I watched Euro Trip on a Euro Trip. What's up, player? I was in
You
Amsterdam.
gotta.
Exactly.
Those are days long before Netflix. That shit came on TV. We're like, okay, yep, I'm gonna sit here and watch this. I'm here. Might as well.
Americans have confidence in our regulated alcohol system, and our experience can benefit lawmakers in creating a U.S. adult use cannabis market. Whatever it's called, WSWA. WSWA members have successfully partnered with suppliers and distributed socially sensitive products to locally licensed retailers for the last century. The U.S. alcohol marketplace is the safest and most diverse in the world because of the smart and enforceable federal regulatory model that ensures product integrity, efficient tax collection, and public safety.
Tax collector.
The fuck are you reading right now?
Yeah, right.
Fucking Christ.
Basically-
These people do not deal with the fucking TTB on a regular fucking basis that they're saying any of these things.
For instance, the WSWA is now recommending that the TTB regulate the cannabis market as opposed to designated agencies in each state. The trade group also recommends the TTB handle the collection of federal excise tax on cannabis
They
and
don't even do
base
that
rates-
now.
I know, and base rates on potency of the product, which much like the agency does with alcohol. With a federally regulated marketplace, interstate commerce would be regulated in the same way as bev and alcohol. Distributors would have to be licensed in each state that they operate in, and they would also be able to sell directly to residents of their state if allowed by state law. What this is basically saying is that if you want to make cannabis nationally recreational, we need a 3-tier system.
Yep. I was already told we're going to be in line. So that our 3-tier system is in line for beverage THC. Now, I don't know what, the milligram numbers are, because, I don't know how that works. Obviously, they're not mixing alcohol with THC. That's evidently there's a real hard wall there. They don't want to do that. So there's going to be THC products alone. But what does it look like, when you drink a 12%, let's just say seltzer for us, because I know you love seltzers, THC infused seltzer at 5 milligrams per can or per bottle, a 12-ounce bottle. So what does that look like after you drink 4?
Yeah,
You're fucking. Yeah.
well, yeah.
Right? I don't know, man. And I love edibles, it's all good, but I think people should have the right to make their own decisions and their own choices. 100%. I just think the government's going to overreach and they're going to overtax and it's going to be a bunch of bullshit we're going to have to jump through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What, Trevor?
Said mostly in Pennsylvania because it just seems hard to do anything in Pennsylvania.
Well, I can tell you that it has already been argued to the state legislator that should be the 3-tier system, and that alcohol suppliers should be the first in line because they are already used to dealing with a controlled substance.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept to me. I'm not against it. Everybody's got to get their tax money, JJ. And you want to make it legal. I mean, think about it. In Colorado, you can buy alcoholic THC beverages. In Canada, you can
Wait,
get your
alcoholic- They have alcohol and THC in both in one drink.
Yep.
Because right now you can't even put CBD and alcohol in the same beverage in the US.
Personally, I think that's a recipe for disaster. Just because I know now, you know as well as I do. You pound 3 of those fucking 10% dessert stouts, Josh, and then you smoke a bowl. How you feeling? But
Like I'm gonna go sleep. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they should be
if
separate.
you smoke a bowl. How many dessert stouts are you gonna drink?
one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
It'd be cool if it's like an added like little like percentage or something like that. I feel like if it's like you know where it's gonna go. It's gonna be fucking just like what's that Death Wish coffee, fucking 9,000 fucking, you know what I mean? Like you know where it's gonna go. I'm gonna
No.
do it. I'm gonna be the one that does it.
No, because it'll be
1,000 milligrams THC in a fucking 18% fucking pastry barley wine.
and
Let's
you're
go.
doing shots.
Let's go.
Shots.
Well, yeah, and it's a car bomb drink.
I don't know. Like,
And it's a
think there's-
car bomb concoction. So
I think that where this is going to go is there's probably a real sweet spot with like ABV and how many milligrams of THC you put in a drink where it's just
that's
like
what I'm thinking.
it's going to be fantastic.
I'm thinking like a little bit in there.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be
like
bad. But I think you could easily go over the top where people are gonna be fucking drooling on them goddamn themselves.
Absolutely.
Be sitting at a bar having a beer and just be like, "Yo, this is a 3% seltzer, but it's got 40 fucking percent, THC in it." Sure, I'll take
Wow.
a cheesecake as well.
Before you know it, they'll be freaking chucking all over the place.
I don't know. I mean, if they come out with some sort of like guidance or like regulation, I guess, but they probably won't. This is gonna be the same as the alcohol business. Just like fucking figure it out. Here we go. But then that's gonna be a whole nother thing. They're not gonna fucking ever pass any of that anyway without like being able to give people DUIs properly for having THC in their system.
Well, they can't do it now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna make drinks
Yeah.
then where it's like, oh, you have one drink and now you're fucking, you could have that drink 2 days ago.
Right.
I think that's what people are going to argue.
Yeah. How do you pull somebody over and that's stoned, right? That you are fucking. Yeah. Say you ate a 20 milligram or a 40 milligram nerd rope, and you are bonsai'd.
40. You psycho.
I'm just saying. Say you're bonsai'd.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And what makes it different getting pulled over when you're completely bonsai'd or the next day?
No, that same
No.
amount's still going to come up in your system, right?
Right.
No. No, there is a degradation trail in THC in your system. 2, they'll do the litmus paper test that they do in other countries, which will show whether or not how fresh the THC is in your system.
They can do that.
Yeah, in England, they do like I'm going to say it wrong. It looks like a litmus paper.
well,
And it rubs.
that's definitely not being accepted here right now. I don't know
Yeah,
how
they don't
far
do
off
that
we are.
here.
No, here,
You get
you know
pulled
what
over
they-
here, they're like, you're fucking high, bro. You're going to goddamn jail. Like, there's no test. There's no fucking anything. They're like, nope. Your eyes is red as the devil's dick. Let's go.
There is a test. They draw your fucking blood and check your percentage.
Well, that's what we're saying. That's what JJ is saying. Like, What's the difference if I smoked weed yesterday or I drank fucking 6 THC seltzers and then today I'm good, but that shit's all in your system still. That's why I'm
No.
saying that shit's not gonna be mainstream until there's a way to regulate and say, oh, you're not gonna get a DUI for this. Because what the fuck that? I mean, right now, technically, if you smoke weed, you get pulled over in a week from now, they could be like, you have THC in your system, you have a DUI now. They can do that.
Well, they may look at it from a different perspective too. Like, are you more likely to get into an accident with somebody that's stoned or drunk? You know, drunk, you're driving
Drunk.
2 miles an hour over the speed limit. You're
Yeah, drunk.
swerving. Yeah, right. When you're stoned, you're under the speed limit and you're very careful.
I trust
Yeah.
you, Jay. It sounds very scientific.
No, I agree with that. I agree with everything you're saying, but have they done that yet?
No.
You know, that still hasn't happened. So
Well, I can tell you that when you get a DUI and they think you're high, they draw your blood. I've heard. And on that bombshell, before we
I don't know.
finish
You
this,
said I can tell you. You sound pretty confident, bud. Go
I'm
ahead.
just,
Let's
you know,
hear the full story.
I know people. So before we
This
end
is
tonight-
breaking news.
breaking news.
Wait till the Eric.
Yes.
So
Fred, chug one of those beers before you tell the last story. No, chug like a whole can.
So, JJ, have you had something or paired or made a food lately that's just something that you really were proud of?
I really not too much. Well, I'll tell you this. I've been eating a lot of. I made a Brussels sprout salad, healthy, and I shaved Brussels sprouts, cranberries, walnuts, apple cider vinegar, Dijon mustard, honey. You know, I made a nice salad. And the last 2 days, I've been farting every 2 minutes. So I know my system's doing pretty well.
I was gonna say,
Shit
yeah.
your pants right before the show.
Yeah. Oh, that was the scorpion cheddar cheese. Yo, Trevor, that hit me like a ton of bricks, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
So Trevor, have you made anything or had anything that you've paired with lately that you're proud of, other than
Just made
scorpion
the chicken that's still sitting on the oven getting cold. But other than that, I had Natty Bow for the first time this last weekend,
Nice.
and Natty Bow is fucking delicious.
100?
Probably the
100.
best bastardized beer I ever had in my life. It's really good.
All you hipsters who think that PBR is the shit, it's because you've never drank a Natty Bow, bitch.
Well, I mean, they're owned by Pabst now, so
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
probably
But it's
just
still better.
PBR.
Maybe, but it's better. It's one.
did you know that
Packaging's
90%,
nicer.
90% of all Natty Bow produced is sold in Baltimore, Maryland?
Fuck yes, I do. It's in the DMV, bitches. Hun, we're gonna get some Rofo chicken. We're gonna watch the Oreos, and we're gonna fucking drink our Natty Bows. Don't you fucking forget that shit. Oh my god,
It's Joe Flacco's favorite beer.
100% Joe Flacco.
He's
It's a
gonna
good
start a
beer.
Philly. He's gonna start a Philly tradition coming up here. Is that
Philly
gonna
tradition.
Gonna crush fucking Natty Bows sitting on the fucking sidelines.
It's the only reason you can't go to Roflo, hon, because you can't get your Natty Bows there. Josh, what about yourself, my friend? Anything you've eaten or paired lately that you're really proud of or you want to talk about?
Proud of? No, just been air frying like everything possible. Like literally just going to the store and just air frying meat for way too long. Yeah, that's about it. Carnivore diet. Lots of meat in an air fryer. Yep.
I thought it was Joe. I thought it was Joe who ate all the meat. But no,
Oh, wait. Got
love you, buddy.
him.
So on that bombshell, kids, this has been Arrogance and Ales. I'm Faraz.
JJ.
That's JJ. That's Trevor.
Whatever.
That's Josh,
Yeah.
who's now gagging himself. Thank you for watching.
Hey, smash that subscribe button, please. We need it.
Listen, all 6 of you, share this shit.
Bitch.
If you know anybody that drinks seltzer, get at them.
We talk about it all the time. You know your girlfriend likes it.